Hey guys, today we are back in Oakside County, my newest city in City Skylines 2. And I quickly want to give you a rundown of the previous episode. So what I created before winter was coming into town is this little harbor-like area as well as a rail yard. Oh, not the rail yard, it's a cargo train station. And the other thing I obviously needed is a bigger rail yard here that helps me bring the cargo trains on track. Because it's slightly different in City Skylines 2, actually. In City Skylines 1, you didn't need these rail yards for trains to come in and move through the city. Right now, you do need them because otherwise there won't be any trains on the tracks except for passenger trains. And as long as you don't have a station, they are not going to stop anywhere in your city, which makes sense, obviously. And then I also expanded a little bit my residential areas over here. So I'm desperately in the need of getting more residents to my city. And the other thing I did is I moved this power plant, it's a geothermal power plant actually, that sits on top of a water resource here. I moved it a little bit out of town just to ensure that I have enough room for, getting it a little bit closer to the edge of the map, and then I have enough room for development here. It still doesn't look like a big town here. Obviously, I have no very tall, very huge buildings here so far, which is good because otherwise it would look a little bit off. And I think I'm still not doing a very great job here with creating something like a center, but obviously I want to have most likely this district in the middle of the half island here. I want to have a huge downtowny area as well. But I already have a major rebuild of this highway, this incoming highway on my mind, because this shouldn't stay as it is right now. But that's something like cities have to grow. Also, in real life, cities don't plan ahead too much. Obviously, they do in a lot of things, but with highways and such, sometimes you have these major changes going on in residential and general city limit areas anyway. So I thought it might be a good starting point to work with a more or less basic grid here before we're actually building things and growing things a little bit further out. So far, I have only park-like structure here. It's not too big. I'm about to create another one, maybe somewhere over here, but and also this area here still needs to get something like a park-like structure as well, because we don't have any DLCs regarding this yet. And from there we just get started. So I want to thank you for joining me again, as usual. So let's move ahead and get things done very, very quickly and jump into a couple of menus first, because I want to make sure that we are covering everything that we need to get done. So a few things here. You can see that those businesses are all running out of customers, or at least they say they don't have enough customers, which isn't true. Actually, it's a problem with the game, and this has been fixed by the end of last week. And the developers mentioned, you need to let the game run for a little bit, which is something I'm about to do right now, for it to recover and things to get better. So there are still some minor things or more or less major things not working perfectly fine here. And the other thing is, the developers also said, it's still not perfect. They changed a couple of things when it comes to industries and trade, inner city trade and commercial stuff as well. So I'm very curious how this turns out in the episode. But right now I'm just ignoring these "we don't have enough customers" thing, because we're building some new residential areas anyway pretty soon. And over here there will be another park, by the way, which is the reason why I left this kind of empty, as an empty space. But maybe we want to include some more residential areas here and have a smaller park entrance. I think that's enough. It should be working. And from there I can also continue growing things into more into this eastern direction here. And obviously over here, like, I do have an industrial area. Now I have to check something with my info views, because the workplace availability tells me, what does it tell me actually? So I have enough workplace distribution for the uneducated jobs. I'm almost reaching all the poorly educated positions here. The educated ones are almost filled up, same as well educated, but I'm lacking highly educated citizens. So I have 70 positions or open positions right now. So what I'll do is I'll set up, and I need to grow my residential areas quite a bit here. So I'm doing some terraforming first, before I'm actually taking care of the residential areas here that I want to establish close to the close to this collector here that runs straight through the middle of my town. And I can see that there is still some landscaping issues going on, so I want to smoothen things here ever so slightly, and maybe even flattening the terrain just a bit further. And this will be at some point in time a highway connection, obviously, because that's always important. And I think, talking about highway connections, I need to make sure that I have the highways actually unlocked, which is something I'm doing right now. I'm also unlocking parking areas, because this is becoming more and more important for me. Underground parking is something for the future. Water treatment plant, maybe still too expensive here. The crematorium, I already have it. And regarding waste management, I'm leaving this open for now. I want to unlock the university, because that's important for the highly educated people. And let me check the police here, police headquarters. I think I'm investing now in the welfare office, as well as the loan interest rates as well. Price of imported goods. So that's probably something I want to have pretty early right now. And there, the tram is maybe something else. I have 1 point left right now. So park maintenance is definitely something I want to invest in. So there are a few more things now that need to be built. And for that, I'll just do it on the side, and I'll be back for you in a little bit. So now, as you can see, I added a lot of things to my city here right away, and by laying out these smaller residential squares, I just wanted to show you that it's possible to keep the rent and the monthly upkeep kind of in check, because like people, they may demand lower rental prices overall. As you can see, for example, here, not enough customers, but I think the rent is fine. No, there are not enough households even filled in there. But by laying out these smaller residential buildings here or lots, you almost guarantee that the people have more household income for less space. And sometimes residents, they choose to go for a cheaper renting option to have more money that they would like to spend on commercial goods and whatnot. So that's the first thing that I did, and I need to heavily invest in more residential areas right now because I'm losing again some money here on an hourly rate of almost 3,300, which is quite a lot. So I want to get this reduced again as much as possible. And right now I'm already back in the plus, which is kind of surprising, to be honest, because I thought that it might take longer, or that it would take longer for me to become profitable again. So now I'm back again defining, like I defined it a couple of districts here, like Mapletown, Sunrise Square, and Bedford. Bedford is enclosing the whole coastline here up until this little intersection crossing here. And I added in a few more residential zones. I changed city policies for these new districts as well, and for Sunset Town and Victoria Grove, I introduced roadside parking fees, which might increase my budget slightly, because right now I'm again making some revenue here, which is great, because I need to get back into the positives here instead of the negatives. So I'm laying out a few more residential zones here as well, just to make sure that I'm not missing out any opportunity here, with some smaller lots so that people can't complain about high rental costs. So that's something I will keep here. And I also want to set up some living quarters here. I think it's not very popular to have these low rent houses near the university, but I think it makes absolutely sense to have that available. And the same goes for my residential areas, mainly for some professors and highly educated people. I think they can afford a little bit more than the others. And as soon as the first lot started building, I can put in the next ones, just to ensure that the lot size is not being used up for a single home, but for many homes. Finally, I reached busy town milestone 7 here in my city, which is amazing. The loan limit was increased, ore mining was added to my specialized industries, and setting up gated communities as well, which is amazing, because then maybe I can keep my higher crime rate better in check in the near future. And I want to give it a try, like with Sunside Square. It's almost like a great place to ensure that this is kind of a gated community. So I will set this up right now. And I'm wondering regarding the speed bumps. I think I should set them up at least in the more residential areas, which is great opportunity here. Madison Garden, nah, I don't need speed bumps here. Not there. Maybe in Victoria Grove, I should set up some speed bumps, which is good. So that's good. Crime rate is no longer a problem. Spacious homes. I'm only missing out on healthcare coverage, so that's something I'm quickly taking a look at. I already have 2. Maybe I need another one here, just to ensure that this district looks or is set up properly as well. Medical clinic. Do you need some upgrades? Probably. This one is an extra addition to the building, so I'll go with that one first. Invalid shape, so I can't do that yet here, but I'll give it a try sooner or later, because I want to make sure that the healthcare coverage is good enough. So now it finally turns winter. It's December, and yeah, it becomes more obvious, like we are in a colder region here. And I hope now that my roadside assistance and my services are working perfectly. So they are all set. Just want to upgrade the building here to ensure that more, you can see it like this here. They are plowing the snow. That's amazing, because they will be needed in the next couple of months for sure, or a few months at least. And I'm also upgrading my park maintenance building here significantly, even if I don't have a lot of parks yet across town. And I'm just wondering, because these living areas I can significantly improve. And I for sure need to build more residential areas here very, very soon. I love, by the way, how the season changes not only the landscape and everything, but also the light intensity and the light in general on the city, because it gives it a way more wintry look, even if those trees are not covered in snow. Maybe that was something they included in the past update, which is a bit surprising, to be honest, because I thought at some point in time they might have made sure that within the graphic windows or within the graphic settings, it's all set to high. It should at least show me some snow. Yeah, but either way, I'm very happy with the looks of it, and I just want to check down there. Is there anything else? No, probably not. Yeah, so I think no, there are no specific settings, but I'm wondering, why aren't my trees here covered in snow? It's snowing and my trees aren't covered. That's a bit strange. Yeah, but however, I think it does all look really beautiful here. Why are they making this detour here? Does so not make any sense? Yeah, they are coming in with the back. That makes sense. But on the other hand, they are blocking the whole train traffic here, and they are all lining up. So I need to fix my train lines here a little bit, I think. So I'm going to move this here to here, a bit further out. And then I'm fixing quickly my train connections, because having too many trains waiting in an industrial area is never good. So maybe that works a bit better now. I'm just curious how it looks. Oh, so that's vanishing for whatever reason. There's another train coming in. So is this operating? Is that operating? Efficiency 90%, which is fine. Do I have to add anything there? No, I don't think so. I'm just wondering, like in City Skylines 1, it always has been the fact, like when a cargo train arrived, it was loaded, unloaded. It took a while. And then, am I missing anything here? Like another road probably? I'll set up another road here, just to the side of everything. Maybe that changes at least something, but it shouldn't, because it doesn't require anything here. Oh, now finally I'm getting a bit more demand for bit of a higher demand for medium density residential buildings, which is great. Okay, that seems to work better now. A little bit better at least. No, it doesn't. Like, these trains are vanishing. It's still a game thing. Luckily, it doesn't lead to more train traffic in the same way as it did like in City Skylines, when it was sometimes really a hassle to work with the existing train structure or train setup that you had in City Skylines 1. Right now I'm actually thinking about including a passenger rail station, cargo train, like a rail yard. I don't need it, but a passenger train station would be absolutely awesome to have, especially since we're now significantly growing. It would absolutely make sense to have a passenger rail station here. So whenever I'm turning off the snapping, I'm wondering, can I squeeze it in here? Do I want to squeeze it in here? That's another question. Yeah, but I think this might be a nice place. I might lose some residential zones here and there along the way. Obviously, there is a road required, I get that. But what shall we do with Coldridge Street? So I have no idea regarding this yet. I'm wondering, I want to expand this for sure. I don't like the way this train station currently looks, so I'm waiting so maybe I'm Mapletown. I don't know, maybe this will become a new passenger railway hub. And probably I have to rebuild this setup here completely. So maybe that's something for later on in the episode. And right now the demand for medium-sized housing is significantly increasing, which leads me or brings me to the idea to change some of the existing houses here and set up a few medium-sized buildings to increase the density slightly. Does that make sense? I think it would make sense for sure. What is that? Stop. Ooh. No, that was something different. Maybe it was this here. Yeah. Okay, I had some low rents here. That demand is getting even more than it has been before. I have 7 more development points, 21 tiles that I can buy. So I want to take a look at the tile screen here. So what do I want to accomplish here? of 21 of 21. I think I'm going to purchase these. Is there any tile I don't need yet? Yeah, maybe that one. Instead I'm getting this one here. I'm going to purchase these, and I will take a look at what I can do with that new build area here in the future. So yeah, I'll let the game sit for a little bit because I need to make some more revenue here for sure. And I'll be back for you in a bit while I'm letting the game run here. I feel that it's more and more time to rehowl this area here. Like, I don't like it. The only incoming connection is still only sitting over there, which is not a good thing to only have one incoming connection here. And I also don't like the train setup here. I'm still struggling a little bit, to be honest, with the sheer size of a couple of buildings like this here, for example, or also the train stations. They really look massive, which kind of makes sense. But on the other hand, like when you're used to working in City Skylines 1 dimensions, this is fairly big. This is already too big, and even like maybe the college is fine, but the high school and the regular schools, elementary schools, like it's way too big. So I might change that whole thing here into something more beautiful. And I also want to bring these train things here a little bit underground. Well, not really underground, but below the surface, as well as here. So I'm gonna give it a try. I'll try something that I did in City Skylines 1 every once in a while when I was setting up train lines, and I will just check and see whether that actually does work in the same way as it does in City Skylines 1. So I'm very curious. So I'm bringing this bit further down, not up, but down. But I don't want to create any kind of tunnel here, which is the thing that I want to avoid with this connection here. So that's not yet the major rehowl that I've been talking about, but I'm just wondering whether my concept here works or whether it does not work. But here I still experience some disconnected items here, some disconnected railway lines. I'm wondering whether I can adjust this. How did that happen? Oh, this is because of the slope, isn't it? That's a bit strange here. So can I already... So that's now connected. And this here needs to make a tighter curve, and I hope that I can squeeze it in here. Curve to tight. So that should be connected now. So I'm wondering whether my cargo train station now performs a bit better than before. So that's loaded, hopefully. Yeah, it's unloaded. No, it does not really perform any better than before. I think I need even more space for this kind of curve turnaround here, which is really sad. Sad to see. Yeah, so I'll probably think about that area here again in a little bit, because I'm not yet sure. So they don't have enough electricity, but how come? Is it too... Is the connection not correct? Is there anything missing from an electricity perspective? So let me just check here. So that should be working now. Is here an issue? Just creating more connections here to ensure that the energy for this whole district is flowing a bit better. Because right now, everything's only delivered by this little road here. How come that this happens? Maybe it's missing another road connection here. For whatever reason. Oh, I kind of get it, but on the other hand I don't. So let me set up another connection here. Not ideal. But why is this happening? Is there something missing? Do we need another road here? Some connection. Okay, maybe it was just missing another connection here. Made it easier for the electricity to flow. Oh, there we have more issues coming up. No, hopefully we don't. So I need to check Pinewood Terrace. So it has an energy consumption thing, recycling. No, that's fine. So I think we should be good, except for the high rent thing. Yeah, but I'm sorry about this. Like, you either pay or you don't, and if you don't, you might run into issues. Like, then you would have to move out, and some different industry has to move in. And so now I'm checking again my employment rate. Only 100 are missing. Not too bad. Only 50 are missing. Yeah, almost 50 are missing. That's perfect. So I need more medium size housing, medium density housing. That's immediately coming up here. What are you? Are you commercial? So right now I want to focus on building a few more medium density housing options here. I'm just wondering whether I should get rid of some of the businesses that are lacking customers here, which is still a bit strange, to be honest, because like, why give up on businesses that actually have room for growth, and I think it's still a mistake here from a game perspective. So even after patching everything, it's still not working 100% perfect. Like, they're obviously now complaining because of high rent. So yeah, very sorry about this. But I'm just working on, it's high rent. So the lot sizes are maybe a bit too big for my citizens to be able to cope with that. But still, I'm replacing these, and I'll be replacing that because the demand of medium density residential buildings is still high. Yeah, and I will soon be back in the positives here, I believe. So I did rebuild parts of this train mess here, which is something I'm not very happy about and not very proud of indeed. But for now, and I also want to include, like, let's use Mapletown here for something different. So I'm going to move, and I'm curious whether that works. Well, if I relocate that to over here, let's say, for now, I'm going to delete a couple of houses here, Mapletown. So that's connected again. And I'm dezoning that right away. And now I will check and see whether I can squeeze in a train yard here, train station here, passenger train station. And the medical clinic is maybe something I want to move as well. So I'll do that first. Here in the middle. 90. Probably I'm not able to squeeze it in here due to the slope. So I don't want to try my luck here too much. Relocate the medical clinic right next to the welfare office. What about fire coverage? It's all good. I have one fire department here. I think I could use another one probably over here, but that's... Shall we? Yeah, I think we're going for another fire department there. And now I can potentially use that huge area here for a passenger rail yard, passenger train station, like one of the regular ones. So I'm deactivating the snapping function here, because that would allow me to squeeze in the trains hopefully a bit better. So I need a road here. So now I'm running into one thing, and I'm very curious to see how I can solve that. Like, the train station now tells me, well, I'm running out of depots, but what I don't have so far is like any depots, or what kind of depots are you talking about? Because like where should I, anyway, I can't upgrade it. I'm just curious. So maybe one of you has a hint for me how I can solve this problem, because yeah, I need a warehouse. I haven't seen warehouses so far anywhere in this menu. I'm just wondering, could that be hidden somewhere here? No, I don't think so. So it's not hidden in parks and recreations, roads. Does that make any sense? No, not really. That does not make any sense at all. At least not now. Yeah, so I'll go check for that. So what I did, I built a passenger train station here. And right now, I'm also including like a parking lot here right next to it, because I can imagine that some of my citizens may want to walk from the train station to where they park their car. So I think this is another good opportunity here to add in some parking lots. But I'm honestly wondering, like depots, I've never seen that. What kind of vehicle are you needing anyway? So I'm just changing that to something more reddish, so I can more easily figure that out. Cargo railway route. Yeah, so oh, I get it. Maybe that depot needs an update or an upgrade. And probably that's something I can upgrade actually. Yeah, so I'll put that in, and I'll also include a maintenance hall. So why not have that? Now I have to connect this line as well here, but it's only a one way, which is nice. Perfect. So that goes in there. Yeah, perfect. It's not ideal. It's not the way I like to build things, but maybe sometimes you just have to go for it to make it work, at least for now. So there should be again more vehicles available. So I'm gonna check and see where that's coming from. Yeah, all good. Probably. And this little train station here, I'm curious how it performs. Like obviously I'm asking for a parking fee. The upkeep 88% efficiency, comfort 40. So again, I want to include a taxi stop here. No extra platform yet, but station services would be nice, because I can increase the comfort level, hopefully, yeah, at least by a bit, which might justify the parking thing here. And I should be able to add a new storage warehouse here. I need one. Oh, capacity for more trains. Yeah, so I'm not yet sure about this. It's not ideal. Like this whole thing here is a huge mess. I like it, kind of, but on the other hand, like it's a bit annoying because it's not really the way I want it to look. And I also quickly want to change the color of my railway here. And other thing that I want to work on is that coloring here. Just need more intensity. Oh, perfect. So everything in red is cargo. Anyway. So yeah, from there, I think that fluctuates quite a bit, which keeps me thinking that I need more residential zones. probably over here at least some more. So there is a hill coming up, which is okay-ish. Oh, I don't like this here. Not at all. So I think this is not a bad start actually. I'm still losing here and there some money, as you can see. And yeah, this is always kind of a challenge because I'm so much lacking low density housings right now that I am wondering, to be honest, whether it would make sense to expand the city to more like over here in the long run. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave it like that because it's been quite a bit of an episode here. So what we did today, or what I did today, is I added in a passenger railway station. I rehauled. Well, this is not perfect, not at all, and this is not what I would like to see in the long run here. I rehauled this train network and it's kind of messy because I still haven't found a good way how to organize things in a city, at least when it comes to public transport and such. So yeah, I still need to spend some time on that. So yeah, but either way, I want to thank you for watching this episode again, for joining me here on YouTube in my Oakside County district or area, and see the Skylines too. So thank you very much, and in case you liked this episode, leave me a comment, click the thumbs up, and follow me here on my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, and I hope to see you soon back here at City Builder Plays. Have a good one. Bye bye.